So, standing in your parallel stance, toes pointing forward, heels together, right? Yawn. Okay, last time we worked on the Japanese. We've done the strikes in Japanese, we've done the blocks in Japanese. Today we're going to work on our stances. Okay, so this stance is parallel stance, and in Japanese it's called haikudachi. Okay, try saying that. Haikudachi. Okay, good. So, when we do parallel stance, we need to make sure that we're one shoulder width wide with our feet and the toes are pointing exactly forward. So we don't want the toes out like that or in like this, just straight forward, okay? Sort of trying to get these outside edges of the feet parallel. Keeping the back straight, hands are in front. If you open your hands, palms need to be facing towards each other. And with the shoulders, we want to bring them back a bit and let them drop down naturally. So we don't want to be like this, all tensed up, okay? They're fairly relaxed like this. The elbows are straight, but unlocked, okay? So we don't want to be like all locked up like this, okay? Or all locked and straight. We want to keep them unlocked. So, if you were to open your hands, make sure your palms are towards each other, okay? Stand with confidence. The next stance is long forward stance. Okay, long forward stance in Japanese is Zen Kutsudachi. Zen Kutsudachi. Try saying that. Zen Kutsudachi. Good. Okay, when I say kame, you're going to step your right leg forwards into Zen Kutsudachi long forward stance. Kame. Hai. Alright, well done. Okay, double check the following aspects, the following parts. Make sure that you are one shoulder width wide in your stance. Okay, so if you're looking straight forward that way, and if there was a mirror in front of you, you should be able to see your feet be underneath your shoulders, straight down like this. So not too wide, not too narrow, not too wide, one shoulder width, there. Okay, second thing to look for in this stance, making sure that the front knee is bent, back knee is straight. The front foot is pointing straight forward and the back foot is forward at a slight angle. Okay, check that your hips and shoulders are square to the front and back straight as well. Okay, square your hips up a bit more. That's it. Let's point the camera down a little bit so I can have a look at what you're doing with your feet. I'll also point mine down a little bit as well. That's it. Okay, good. So let's have another go. That's it. A little bit higher. There. Okay, so when I say kame, you're going to bring your right leg forward into Zen Kutsudachi long forward stance. Step forwards, kame, hai. That's it. Long forward stance, hold it there. I'd like you to move back a little bit so I can see your feet. Move back a little bit, move back a little bit, move back a little bit. That's it. Okay, good. Good. That's it. Okay. So check that your hips and shoulders are square. Check that the front knee is bent. Hold that stance. Like this. There. Hold that stance, orange belts. That's it. Check that the back foot is at slight angle forward. And square your hips up. Square your hips up. That's it. Well done. And yame. Back to parallel stance. Okay. The next stance we're going to do is called horse riding stance. In Japanese, it is kibadachi. Try saying that. Kiba dachi. And then put it together, kibadachi. Sometimes the pronunciation involves adding a little bit of an E sound at the end, kibadachi. Okay, and sometimes it's just a little bit shortened, kibadachi, like this. So, let's try that. When I say kame, you're going to bring your left foot out 2 shoulder widths wide into kibadachi, horse riding stance. Kumei. Outside edges of the feet pointing forward, knees bent and pushed out like this. Okay, back straight and hands in front. Bring your hands in front for guard. Okay, well done. Hold it there. Okay, can I get you to take a step back so I can see your feet a little bit more? Take a step back, that's it. Now point your toes more towards the front. This is not Sumo Stance, so really have your toes pointing forward. Orange belts, turn your feet in a little bit more. So your feet are like this. At the moment your feet are like this, try to have them more like this. Toes pointing forwards as well. Green belts, your right foot needs to be a little bit more turned towards the front. Okay, that's it. If you find that you're slipping, you might want to take your socks off. Some of you are wearing your socks, so you can just have a little bit more of a grip. Alright, and green belts go a little bit wider in your stance. That's it, okay? And now turn the right foot a little bit more so it's straight. And now bend, there you go. And now bend your knees a bit more forward and then push them out. And then push them to the side, like that. Okay, that's it. So bend them forward and then push them out, like this, and hands in front. That's it. Orange belts, turn your feet a little bit more, yes. Okay, not too much, just so that they're straight forward like that. So if this were my feet, they want to be like that, straight, rather than like that. Okay, hold it there, well done. Now we're going to do the Sumo Stance. We've practiced it before. Okay, now we're going to see if we can do it and also remember the Japanese. Okay, so when I say kumei, you're going to turn your feet out at a 45-degree angle and drop down into Shikodachi Sumo Stance. Let's try saying that. Practice saying that together. Shiko, dachi, shikodachi. Okay, let's try dropping down and doing the best sumo stance we can. Turn your feet out and drop into shikodachi sumo stance. Kumei, hai. Dropping down low, keeping your back straight, hands in front, holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come up, shake your legs out, okay? I'm just going to have a closer look at your stance, so we'll do it one more time. Ready? Make sure you're not sitting on the sofa. Come, stand up, stand in parallel stance, and then into Sumo Stance. Ready, set, go. Hold the best Sumo Stance you can, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come up, okay, good. Now I'm going to have a look at just the orange belts. Okay, so Mason, alright, you're going to do your best Sumo Stance and I'll give you a few adjustments and then we'll see if we can get really good at this Sumo Stance today. Alright, ready, set, go. Hold the best Sumo Stance. Yes, that's really good. Yeah, hold it there. Back straight, well done. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yummy. Good job. Okay, you can jump out and then green belts. Let's see if your Sumo Stance is at a good level or if there's any improvements to be made. Okay, ready, set, go. Hold the stance. Alright, a little bit wider. Go a little bit wider with your feet so that your feet are underneath your knees. Even wider. So you really want your shins to be vertical like this. Okay. Alright, shake your legs out. We'll have another go. So this is what you did and this is why I'm asking you to go a little bit wider. So when you did the Sumo Stance, your knees were wider than your feet. So what you want to do is go wider like this so that your knees, okay, and your feet are as wide as each other, making your shins vertical. There you go. Okay, let's do it. 5 seconds. Ready, set, go. Hold the best stance. 5. Yes, that's good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yummy. Good job. Shake your legs out. Yeah, it's tiring, isn't it? Yeah, but so good for you. Make you stronger. Okay, let's continue with the rest of the stances. So we've done 4 basic stances, which are parallel stance, which is haikudachi. Okay, we've done the long forward stance, zenkutsudachi. We've done the horse riding stance, which is kibadachi. And we've done the sumo stance, which is shikudachi. So we've done 4. Now we're going to do advanced stances. Okay, the first one is hourglass stance. In Japanese, it is sanchin dachi. Sanchin dachi. Try saying that with me. San, chin, dachi. And then put it together, sanchin dachi. Well done. Okay, so to do the hourglass stance, what we do is we start from parallel stance, we step the right leg forward in a semicircular motion and then back on itself. Okay, so it's like this, in and then across. When you step forward, it's not a very big step, it's just long enough so that your front foot would be in front of the back foot if they were in line like this. There's another way to build this stance and it might actually be more helpful. Okay, this is what I'd like you to do. Okay, is I'd like you to step your right foot forward in a straight line like this. Lift the right heel up, turn it, place it down, and then equalize the weight. Okay, let's have another go. So you stand in parallel stance, first of all. Bring your right foot forward. Just the length of your own foot. Okay, so however long your foot is, just forward that same amount. Lift the right heel up, turn, drop it down, bend your knees, and just check that you have equal weight on both legs. So with the hourglass stance, the front foot is at an angle, the back foot is pointing straight forward, the hips and shoulders are square. Okay, there's a little bit more weight on the balls of the feet rather than the heels. And what we want to do is we want to tense the toes a bit and grip the floor with the toes, creating extra stability in this stance. That's it. Okay, good. And reset. Back. One more time from parallel stance. Just gonna move the move the right foot forward a bit, lift the heel up, drop it, bending your knees. Okay, so when you do this stance, your toes are 1 shoulder width wide, but the heels are a little bit wider, giving you that extra bit of stability, like this. Remember to bend your knees so that there's only about 1 fist distance between your knees. It's a small gap. It's not very big, okay? Just small gap like this. Okay, and something that tends to happen with people is the hips turn out a bit too much, so square them up. Square your hips up and hold that stance. Okay, good, well done. And reset, back to parallel stance. Let's have a go with the left leg now. So you bring your left foot forward, in line. That's it. Lift the left heel up, turn it, drop it down, and bend your knees. And just check that you're not too long in this stance. There's a tendency to make it like a long forward stance. It is not that long. It's just like this and there. Can you see? The front foot would be just in front of the back foot if they were in line. There, and then bend your knees. Gripping the floor with your toes, hips and shoulders square. Equal weight on both legs. And reset. Alright, so one more time. Just in a straight line, bring your left foot forward, turn it and drop. Bending those knees. That's it. 1 shoulder width wide. Good, and reset. Now I'm just going to have a closer look. Stand in parallel stance. Okay, so your parallel stance needs to be exact. Check that your toes are pointing straight forward. That's it. Okay, now step your right leg forward into hourglass stance. Kmei. Alright, both of you are too long in your stance right now. So bring the front foot back a bit. There you go. Make sure the back foot is pointing straight towards the front. So turn your toes a little bit more. Turn your toes. Yeah, so instead of like that, the back foot needs to be this way. Your front foot is at an angle, but the back foot needs to be straight. A bit like that. Can you see? Okay, at the moment your back foot is like this. Mason, turn the back foot so your toes are more forward. Turn your yeah, that's it. And now square your hips a little bit more towards the front and bend your knees a little bit more. Matthew, you need to be a little bit wider in your stance, just a bit wider, and bring the front foot back a bit. Again, don't make this stance too long, it's not very long. Okay, it's quite compact. Alright, well done, and yame. Back to parallel stance. Let's have a go with the left leg now. Step your left leg forwards into Sanchen Dutch, hourglass stance. Kmei. Say hi. That's it, back foot pointing straight forward, front foot at an angle like this. Hips and shoulders are square. Do your best. I know it's a bit tricky. Square your hips, orange belts. Square your hips a little bit more towards the front. Make your stance a bit shorter and bend your knees. Make your stance a bit shorter. Yeah, and bend your knees. And yame. Okay, good. So when we actually step forwards in hourglass stance, we use this semicircular motion. Let's have a go. Step your right leg forwards into Sanchen Dutch, hourglass stance. Kmei. Hai. Good. With each count, you're going to step forwards in this stance. Okay, so you're going to transfer the weight onto the front leg and then step through with the back leg. 1. That's it. Straight like this and then forwards. 2. That's it. Make room for one more and 3. Going back. Same type of technique. You're going in and then turn that foot at the end. 1. And 2. So use a semicircular motion and then back. And 3. And yame. Okay, good. Shake your legs out. Okay. The next advanced stance is the cat stance. Cat stance in Japanese is Nekoashida Cat. Nekoashida Cat. So let's try saying that together. Say Neko, Ashi, Dachi. Nekoashida Cat. Okay, good. It takes a bit of practice. But with a bit of practice, you can do it. Nekoashida Cat. Okay, so how do we do it? We're going to step the right leg forwards in line with the heel of the back leg. So we're going to turn the left foot out at a 45-degree angle, and then we're going to step the right foot forward in line with the back heel. So it's a bit like this. There, there. What you want is you want the shin to be vertical of the front leg, and you want both knees to bend forward like this, keeping your back straight. Nekoashida Cat is quite a hard stance because you're putting most of the weight on the back leg. Only a little bit of the weight is on the front leg for balance. Most of the weight is on the back leg. So that's hard. That's why it's quite difficult to do well. So let's give it a go. Stand in parallel stance. Ready? Step your right leg forwards into Nekoashida Cat Stance. Kmei. Hai. Bend your knees, square your hips and shoulders, hands in front. That's it. You don't want the back knee to be pushed to the side. You want it to be forward like this. See if you can go a tiny bit lower. This is one of those techniques where if it hurts, you're doing it right. So try to go low, 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 low. Good, and yame. Back to parallel stance. Alright, let's have a go with the left leg now. Step your left leg forwards into Nekoashida Cat Stance. Kumei. Hey. Hands in front. That's it. Hips and shoulders square. Try to be really light on that front foot. So lift your front foot up. Hold it for a second and then drop it down, just touching lightly. And yame. Good, well done. To step forwards in the cat stance, we simply place the front foot down and then step through. Down and then step through. Okay, so we place it down and turn it at a slight angle like this. Okay, so let's have a go at stepping forwards in the cat stance now. Stepping forwards with your right leg first. Ich. Hold it there. And knee. Drop the foot. Step through. San. Drop the foot and step forwards. Going back. Ich. So you step and then transfer the weight. Knee. Step and transfer the weight. And one more. San. Step and transfer the weight. Good, and yame. Okay, stand in parallel stance. I'm just gonna have a quick look at your stance. Step your right leg forwards into Nekoashida Cat Stance. Kumei. Say hi. That's it, good. Try to go a tiny bit lower. Tiny bit lower, both of you. Yep. That's it. Oh yeah. It's not easy. And lift the front heel up a little bit. Okay, so you want to lift the heel up. Don't have it too low. Lift it up like this. Okay, and yame. Well done. Let's try the other leg now. Step your left leg forward into Nekoashida Cat Stance. Kumei. Hi. Okay, give it a go. Left leg forward. Good. Try to square your hips towards the front, hands in front, orange belts, hands in front, and yame. Good job. Shake your legs out. Alright, and the final stance, the third advanced stance is called back leaning stance. In Japanese, it's kokutsudachi. Kokutsudachi. So, how do we do it? We start from parallel stance, we step the right leg forwards and then turn the back foot out at an angle. Okay, so the back leg, maybe we can do it a little bit differently. We can do it breaking it down a bit. So have your feet together like this, heels together, toes together. Turn your left foot out so that it's pointing straight to the side. Now bring your right foot in a straight line forwards. Don't move it left or right, but just move it straight forward like this. That's it. Okay? Push the back knee and bend the back knee. Push it to the side and slightly unlock the front knee. Hips and shoulders are at 45-degree angle. Well done. Hold it there. That's it. Good. And yame. Back to parallel stance. Okay, so let's try it with the other leg now. Feet together first of all. Turn out on the back on your right leg now. And bring your left foot forward. Straight in front. And what you'll see is this. This. Back knee bent, pushed to the side. Front knee straight but just slightly unlocked. You want 2/3 of the weight to be on the back leg when you do back stance. Like this. Hands in front. Hold it there. Let's have a quick look. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and yame. Back to parallel stance. Well done. Okay, so we've done all of the stances. Okay, so we're just gonna quickly recap the names. Parallel stance is haikadachi. Say haikadachi. Long forward stance is zen kutsudachi. Say zen kutsudachi. Horse riding stance is kibadachi. Say kibadachi. Sumo stance is shikadachi. Say shikadachi. Good. And then the advanced stances. Hourglass stance is sanchindachi. Try saying that, sanchindachi. Cat stance is nekoashidachi. Say that, nekoashidachi. And back leaning stance is kokutsudachi. Say that, kokutsudachi. And yame.